clothing, nor handle the objects on the consulting table. And, most importantly, any questions she was asked must be answered truthfully. She will know if you lie. Then she shouldn't need my answers at all, protested Nicola. Come now, my dear, said Matt, don't be afraid. Madame shall divine a bright future for you. She's most famous for it. Nicola's name was called out. She followed a serving boy into an antechamber, furnished with a round table, 2 cane chairs and a smoky fire. Taking a seat opposite the aged fortune-teller, who was bundled inside layers of dark grey linen and wool, a knitted wrap covering her hair, Nicola recalled her friend's warning. She settled her gaze upon a zodiacal chart hanging on the wall beside the fireplace. A gnarled cross, perhaps composed of driftwood, was mounted above the mantelpiece. She stifled a shudder, wishing for the elegantly framed mirror in her private chamber, which commanded order to the room, a certain comfort. Madame Lagasse demanded Nicola's hand, and she laid it open for inspection. The fortune-teller grunted, pulling Nicola's palm toward her purplish nose. She was half blind. Disconcerted, for the examination seemed to take a long time, Nicola counted the oranges in a bowl by the window. 6. Under the woman's scrutiny, Nicola's hand felt exceedingly warm. She supposed Madame was making deductions about her home life, judging her by the softness of her skin. Anyone could tell that Nicola barely lifted a finger to do anything aside from study the fashions in Le Mercure Galant and wave a frustrated fist at her husband, or reprimand her son about his German lessons. She felt a blush rise at the thought. "In 2 months," announced Madame Lagasse, "your great trouble will be over, your enemies vanquished." Nicola started, snatching back her hand. The temperature in the chamber seemed to have dropped several degrees. She felt disquieted, noticing, embroidered into the cuffs of the fortune-teller's shirt-sleeves, crescent moons and a death's scythe. The cross above the struggling fire upon closer scrutiny was square, some pagan perversion. She felt a shiver curl down her spine, as if inside the dimpled skins of the oranges were the fetuses of malformed urchins, the shrivelled bodies of bats and toads, the familiars of a witch or wizard. Nicola touched the bruise at her ribs. It had healed under the physician's compress, and she was able to bend and sit without pain. In her discomfort, she pressed her fingers into the sore spot again and again, making herself wince while she waited for Madame Lagasse to elaborate upon her mysterious prediction. "I have a husband," began Nicola, unthinking. "I don't see how my troubles could possibly be over while he lives." "Why do you say that?" asked Madame Lagasse. Nicola's tongue had been loosened, as if she had taken too much wine. "He's mean-hearted, jealous. He keeps me to my rooms." It was happening more frequently. Claude visiting her chamber, sullen and sarcastic. Then, when he left, the sound of the key turning in the door. So many evenings spent alone and in silence, not even a servant to speak to. "I see," said Madame Lagasse, drawing her brows together. "Your palm records an unusual twist. Let me cast my tarot." "Please," said Nicola. Madame opened the drawstrings of a red velvet sack. She removed a deck of painted cards and began to shuffle them. Spreading the cards over the table, she instructed Nicola to select 4. A hangman, a fool, a maiden, death. Madame Lagasse's large brown eyes regarded Nicola. The old woman cleared her throat with a brisk cough. "Not more than 2